Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah al-ali al-azim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina wa nabiyyina Abil Qasim al-Mustafa Muhammad. وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره. I am grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me this blessing of being here and together with all of you celebrate the 25th anniversary of establishment of Majlis Ulama Shia Europe, which is one of the important and indeed blessed institutions of our community in the UK. I have always had great respect for this majlis, respect for its presidents and cabinet members, and for all single members of this majlis. And I pray that inshallah, day by day, this majlis, which I think still it's in very early stage, would grow and establish itself more, and inshallah would bear fruits not only in the UK and Europe, but inshallah all over the world. In some of the meetings I have told the brothers in Majlis that I think there are many things that you can do even in Pakistan, even in India, in Middle East, but for sure your priority is first here. What I think is a summary of everything that we need to do, and I have again mentioned this to our brothers in Majlis, is we have three major areas to work: education, organization, and public relations. I think that summarizes almost everything that we have to do: education, organization, public relations. If you want to make a building and benefit from this building for your own life, plus to welcome guests, you need three things. You need to have a good design. You know where you want to make every part of this building. Where is the living room? Where is the guest room? Where are going to be bedrooms, kitchen, everything. We cannot just make few walls and call it a building. We cannot use the place which is more suitable for guests as the bedroom, and then the place which is better and more private as bedroom for guests. Everything needs design. And then you need, in addition to good design, best of materials. You cannot have very good design and then expect to have good material, a good building, if the materials are not properly made, if they are not strong, if they are not able to last. If you have bricks, they must be solid. And when you have proper design with the best materials, then you can make the building and be prepared to welcome the guests. This is an analogy for the way we can make our community a community that is strong internally and attractive externally. If we don't invest on education, then we would have individuals who are weak inside. When questions are raised, when objections are raised, when attacks come from people who have no faith, or when they are faced with the attractions of dunya and pleasure of sins, na'udhu billah, they may give in. They will collapse. In this age, we need very strong and confident individuals. And this comes when they have proper education and formation, not just information, education and formation. If our majlis, with its members and affiliated centers and institutions, keep inshallah working in the field of education, that they have been doing very good job, and I salute them and encourage them to carry on and never stop. If the majlis can really give priority to education, make our children and youths understand Islam not as a set of bits and pieces, as a system which is very well structured and is backed up by rational arguments. If we can make sure our children have proper understanding of Islam, plus they have proper tarbiyah through formation, then they will be strong. We would not be worried about our future. So, one important thing is education and formation, that Majlis, alhamdulillah, has been working hard on this and has to work even more, and we should all help, inshallah, Majlis in this area. Education and formation. Second, designing the community, bringing organization to our community. Even if you have supposedly thousands or tens of thousands of strong individuals, but no organization, no order, no hierarchy, everyone is his own or her own leader, you cannot do anything. Actually, this becomes a self-destructive machine. We need organization. We need to know what is the role of every single member of this community, locally and nationally and internationally. We should know how we come to decision for community and how we implement that decision. We can no longer have the mentality of me. There is no way for us to preserve, let alone succeed, if we are just thinking as me. There is only one way for us forward, and that is if we have mentality of we, collective mentality. We cannot deceive ourselves by just seeing hundreds or thousands of people coming in Ramadan or Muharram and think this is the community. Community is a community when members of the community see that their honor, the success comes when the community is in the good form and shape. When there is strong leadership, when there is system for everything. If we want to do charity, we have a system. If you want to do publicity, we have system. If you want to work on education, we have system. If you want to engage with politicians, we have system. Not that every person makes a decision or every few people make decisions. This is not a community. Community is one body with one brain, one heart. You cannot have a body with many brains and many hearts. Sometimes I say to brothers and sisters that nowadays we have many courses on leadership, which is okay. I'm not against it. But I think more than courses on leadership, we need courses on discipleship. We need one leader, but we need many disciples. In every city, how many leaders we need? In every country, how many leaders we need? But we need disciples. Imam Mahdi Ajjalallah Farajahu Sharif needs the most qualified disciples. Who are going to be those disciples? I think consciously or consciously we are saying to Imam, oh Imam, if you want a leader, I am there. Look at me, what a good leader I can be for you. If you want a commander, I am there. But if you want a disciple, maybe there are other people who can do better. This is wrong. When we have a community, it doesn't matter what's your role. If you have a football team, whether you are goalkeeper or you are forward, it doesn't matter. There is only one victory and one failure, and for the entire team. Organization should be put in everything that we teach. Every Muharram, every Ramadan, we should encourage our community in all levels to be organized. Without organization, we get nowhere. Unfortunately, for many reasons, some reasons were not out in our control. Some reasons, maybe it's part of our local cultures, but certainly they are not Islamic. For some reasons, we are more individualistic than being collective. I remember many, many years ago, with some brothers, some ulama, we had a discussion. And they kept telling me about problems they saw in the leading alim in that country. They mentioned they had difficulties in working with that alim. And at the end they told me, let's forget him, don't confront him. For the sake of Imam al-Zaman, we do our own work. So at least it was good that they didn't decide to fight him. But they said, for the sake of Imam al-Zaman, we work on our own. I said, if you want to work for Imam al-Zaman, you have to work with him, even if you are not happy with him. It's not that every person sets up his own office or institution or organization and says, I am calling to help me for Imam al-Zaman. Is Imam al-Zaman a commander who needs many divided armies with different commanders, and each of them claims that has the control over fire, and many times they fire each other? Is this the army that is going to win? Let's be honest with ourselves. How much we have worked on getting rid of our ego? That's the question. How much we have given up our ideas for the sake of common good, for the sake of community. I sometimes say, people talk a lot about being very outspoken, screaming, shouting, giving lectures, but this is not enough. If you want to be a wise speaker, train yourself with being silent for many years. Amir al-Mu'mineen was 25 years silent. Before that, 23 years again silent when Rasulullah was there. And then when he speaks, becomes Nahjul Balagha. But if from the time we put amama on our head, or we launch a website, we start talking, is this going to bring good to our community or the world? Is this coming from pressure of a stomach, or is coming from light of mind? We need to train ourselves to be members of community, disciples for Imam. And I hope Majlis can do this. It's very difficult, but I personally honor Majlis mainly for this purpose. Majlis is working to bring tens of ulama together under one organization, under one leadership, and this is great. But this has to develop. It should be a place of all our community to confide, to trust, and inshallah a good model for others. So to work on organization is very important. Organization needs discipline. Organization needs people being ready to implement the decision which is made collectively. And then the third, we need public relations. In my short message for this anniversary, I have mentioned briefly all these points. Public relation is very important. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam said, "An-nas a'da'u ma jahilu." If people don't know you, they are not going to be friends with you. If people don't understand what you do and what you believe and what you say, they are not going to respect you. They become hostile towards you. If in your neighborhood there is a house, people go and come, you don't know what they do. Secretly they come, they don't engage, they don't talk. They are always busy with themselves. What do you think about that people? First you become suspicious, and then you become hostile. There is no way for our community to succeed without making sure that we are well understood and therefore well respected, and then inshallah well protected. People have to know about you so that appreciate what you have, appreciate the way you contribute. No factory in the world can say, I produce the best car, for example, the best computer, I don't need publicity. If you don't talk to anyone, if you don't show your material to anyone, if you don't go to any exhibition, if you don't go to any journals, people don't know about you. And there are other people who supply different things, maybe as not good as yours, but more propaganda, more publicity, nice spokesman, engaging sale officers. Can you compete? If you don't do anything and just say, I am producing something good, it's not working. So, my request is that Majlis, please say salawat. Salam alaikum. So, at the end of my talk, my request is that all of us, especially our brothers and sisters in Majlis, that we are very grateful to their services. Inshallah, keep their good work, and in a special way, give attention to education and formation of our children and youths. Don't spare any skills, any talents, unless you give it to education and formation of our youths. Plus, bring organization, at least to that part of our community that you are dealing with, whether it be with ulama centers, madrasas, whatever you have access to. And thirdly, facilitate for our ulama and centers to reach out. We have to reach out to our Sunni brothers and sisters. We have to reach out to all believers in God. We have to reach out to all people of goodwill. If we have a universal mission, our outreach has to be also universal. You cannot limit yourself if you have a universal mission. If you are serving God of humanity, then you have to be concerned for all humanity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be always with you. Wa akhiru da'wana an alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.